another side of him I remember. Well, he turned to me suddenly and asked, "Is that a Givenchy you're wearing?" And I said, "Well, how clever of you, Mr. President. However did you know?" "Oh," he replied, I'm getting pretty good at it now that fashion is becoming more important than politics, and the press is paying more attention to Jackie's clothes than to my speeches."
Was this the first time that you'd met the president?
Well, actually, no. The first time was before he became president, during that year that he was in the hospital in New York with his back. I had been to a dinner party where I'd met Mrs. Kennedy and her sister for the first time. They asked me to go to the hospital with them to pay a visit to help cheer him up. They wanted me to go into his room and say I was the new night nurse.
Did you?
Well, I hesitated. I was terribly embarrassed, and eventually I was sort of pushed into the room by the two girls. I introduced myself, but he had recognized me at once and couldn't have been sweeter and more quick to put me at ease.
When today you think of the late President Kennedy, what is it that comes to your mind most vividly, or shall we say to your heart?
His youth. He was one of my own generation, so that for the first time in my life, I became deeply involved, spiritually and sympathetically, with the presidency, the office as well as the man. I felt personally involved.
Speaking as an American?
Oh, yes, as a born American, but also as the wife of the head of an independent European country. We felt somehow that at last the United States had a leader who, from the point of view of age, appearance, and dynamic personality, genuinely reflected his era. My husband often remarked what a pity it was that a great country like America, which in Europe is still regarded as such a young nation, should be represented seemingly by old or infirmed men. From the moment he became president, it seemed as though a wave of excitement ran through all the young painters, poets, writers, musicians of the United States. Now that someone of their own age was in the White House, there was somehow a better chance for them to be seen or heard. I remember the luncheon that we were privileged to have at the White House. I've kept the menu. I'm one of those people who keep everything. We had soft-shelled crabs and spring lamb and strawberries Romanoff. Mrs. Kennedy and I fell into woman talk, with discussion of our children, of course, our two Carolines, and our special problems connected with bringing them up. I remember Joplin was very upset at that time about the photographers who were hounding the children. She was determined that Carolyn and John should be able to get in and out of the White House without being pestered by photographers or being made constantly aware of their position.
Do you feel that his life and death will have any lasting effect upon international relationships?
Are you asking me whether I think President Kennedy died in vain?
In a sense, yes.
Well, it might not seem so today, but I, for one, cannot believe that a man of Mr. Kennedy's stature and achievements was put upon this earth for no other purpose than to stop an assassin's bullet. I believe that God allows these certain tragedies to happen in order to emphasize the man and his achievements, and to inspire those who follow to have the strength and will to accomplish his unfulfilled dreams.